Hey folks, today's fishing destination is Santee-Cooper Reservoirs in South Carolina. It's where I learned my ABCs of bass fishing. Hey, and our special guest today is none other than Major Chad Ardis. And Chad, you're an active military Marine Corps major.
Yes, sir.
Well, you've fought a lot of interesting
We've been
campaigns.
all over the world, yes, sir.
You know, our battle today is catching these bass.
We're gonna give it our best shot.
Well, listen, Chad, I was here a month ago, and we had pretty good luck right in here.
Yes, sir.
And so what do you recommend for today's fishing?
Well, this time of year, I think we can hit some of these islands, some of the grass mats, and maybe catch a frog.
Well, it's a frog bite.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we're going to try to give you a how-to format on just how to do that. And there's some big bass. We'll probably catch a 6 or 8 pounder today. So stay tuned. This is going to be an interesting show with some big bass. Hey, we'll see you there. See what happens.
Yeah, that's more than 3 miles an hour.
Yeah, I know. They predicted 3 or 4 miles an hour. It's more. Yeah. You know, Chad, it's a funny thing. These cypress trees, when I was here 30 and 40 years ago, like those big 20 and 30 foot tall cypress trees, they were little bitty things.
Little stalks.
Just starting up. So a lot of these trees are 40 and 50 years old, you know.
Wow.
Like that cypress tree there, I'll bet it's 50 years old. Because they were cypress, when I was here back in the late 60s and early 70s, these cypress trees were here.
Wow.
So, I mean, they were just little bitty things. I don't remember that particular tree, but I can tell you that they were right in here. There were cypress trees, and so that was 40-something, 50 years ago. So that's how old these trees are. They're 50 years old or so. Every once in a while, I get bold and throw in the middle of that stuff. Get an alligator or something.
You're liable to get an alligator down here.
There's a lot of alligators now.
It's amazing. Come on.
Oh, you got one. Good one. Hey, way to go, Chad. Way to go, son.
Oh,
there you go.
I didn't get a good hook
He
set.
hit that thing pretty good, though,
He
didn't he?
did.
I'm going to drop this power pole down. Now, I noticed what Chad did. It was really important. That fish hit, and he didn't strike it right away. You might tell him how you set the hook. See, he kind of just paused, and you just paused, went
You gotta
down.
let him eat it. They
And
gotta
you let
swallow
it in, and then
Yes,
you
sir.
set the hook. And
Yes,
that was,
sir.
you did it perfect.
Yeah.
You did it perfect.
Didn't get enough in him, though.
Yeah. Santee, your favorite lake?
It is, by far. Yes, sir.
By far, yeah.
It'll always be home.
Yeah. You know, everybody used to ask me, they said, okay, what are the 5 best lakes in the country? And I'd always put Santee in the.
It's gotta be.
You know, and of course Okeechobee, you know, but places like that. But this is where I grew up. This is where I learned my fishing, really.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, this is a big deal. Chad, it's such a bright sunny day, I'm going to have to put my hat on.
Yes, sir. Can't do without it.
I'll tell you, it's really a pleasure to fish with you. You know, this guy has seen a lot of active duty around a lot of theaters. And what's some of the theaters that you've participated in?
Afghanistan a couple times, Iraq. I got 5 carrier cruisers in the Med.
Now, what's your MSO? What's your
My military specialty
Yeah.
is 6502 Aviation Ordnance Officer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. So all the bombs and stuff that go on the airplanes, and
Okay.
we build them, assemble them, deliver them,
Oh,
pre-position them all over the world.
Hey, thanks for your service.
Well, thank you, sir.
That's good. We'll get together and catch some bass.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. You
Good
couldn't
fish
get this fish first. There he
I
is.
got him, son. I saw him coming
There
after
you
him.
go.
I said I saw him. He's a good one too. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, folks. Big old frog bass. Big old frog bass. I saw him coming through
good
the
fish.
pads. Big old frog bass.
Oh! Oh no!
Ah, 5 or 6 pounds.
That was a good
That was
one.
a good one.
That
I
was a good
guess
one.
we should have gotten the net. We got a net. We could have netted it. I was just trying to be a showcase deal for the camera. If we had it right to the boat, we could have
I know
netted
better.
it. I know.
I know better.
That's all right. Hey, this is just a fun deal. But it was a funny thing about it. What was so interesting, I threw it in there and I said, when you were talking about the lower lake, I saw something moving the grass. And I said to there's something moving behind mine. There's something moving behind mine. And then that's when he took it. But that was a good big bass.
Well, let's do it again.
Yes, that was over 5.
Wow.
Over 5 pounds, son. That's what it takes. You know, today, if we can catch a couple like that, a couple big 4, 5, and 6 pounders on a frog, then go to the cypress trees and cap it off with some even bigger fish, hey, we're gonna have a good day.
Yes, sir. I almost knelt down and lipped him for
I
you.
know.
I didn't want to get in your way. So much bait.
I normally fish the black one.
Yeah, I do too.
If I hadn't broke that one off, I mean, I'd be fishing black right now. Broke my line. I don't know how in the world I got that fish came off.
Oh, there he
There's
is.
a good one.
Hey, oh, mudfish.
Hey folks, I got something here. I got to show you the deal. What this isn't really what we want. This is the wrong species. This is a grindle or a mudfish. You know, when I was guiding here and living here for a long time, Chad, yeah, we get some pliers and we just work on them. This one woman, Lucy, she wanted me to keep them, and she'd eat them. She'd eat them up.
A lot of people around here eat them. Hold on to them. Where's the hook at? In there now.
Boy, they suck it up something.
There.
Oh, almost.
I think it hurt you. There we go.
There we go. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, this gal Lucy that was a cook for us down at Jones's Landing, she said, oh, the hook broke.
No.
It came off the deal. How about that going?
He took the whole thing?
I guess. I'll get
go.
another hook on. But I'd keep the grinnell, and she'd cook them up, and they were pretty good.
There's a lot of people, in this area that still eat them.
Yeah.
They love them.
I never did get to that tree there. Good one. Oh, you got one? Good one? Here we go, son. Hey, you got a good one?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Now we're talking. Maybe we'll finally catch one. We've had a lot of bad luck. Oh, that's a good one.
Flip him on in here.
That was a good one.
There.
That's a nice one. He took it down deep, didn't he?
Yeah, you got it.
But you know that other one we had was a lot bigger than that.
Yes,
But that's
sir.
not bad. Now here's a classic deal, folks. Look at how that frog is down its throat, and that's kind of what happens. And that's what was so funny about this one that just hit me here. You'd think that he would have.
That's the way you want him to eat it.
Yeah, that was perfect. It's a pretty good bite. We've had some good fish. Yeah, we'll let it go right here. That's a good deal. Nice bass. Nice bass.
There we go.
Hey folks, we're getting some good frog action, and Chad and I are showing you a few things about it. What I probably messed up, I had one just hit just a second before Chad's did. I maybe didn't wait long enough.
Just a tad.
I should have just waited a little bit longer. That's just one of the things happened. Hey, we can tell you how to fish maybe better than we can fish
Yes,
ourselves.
sir. That's right.
I should have waited just a little longer. They're both in the shade. And that's another thing that we're maybe thinking about. On these hot summer days like this, these early morning frog bites are sometimes a better shady deal than anything. Now, we'll have to hit some sunny shores and see if that's the case. But in this case, another thing, the water is coming down. There was a big rain just 2 days ago, and the water's coming down through this area right through here. So it's hitting this island here. So this is the upstream side. Now, if you know anything at all about stream fishing, the fish are always positioning on the upstream side of stuff.
That's
the
right.
points and the rocks and the boulders and shoals. So this is like a shoal to them. And so they're on the up current side. Look at that. Big old log. Golly day. That good looking? That was someone. Now there's a good looking tree all falling in the water like that. Woo.
Great minds think alike, right?
We're right there together. That's so cool.
I just need 2 fish to blow up on.
Look at all the mayflies. The mayflies are everywhere. There really was a big hatch last night. They're all over the place.
All they're waiting on that rain to get out of here. And they hatch.
Just thousands of mayflies in the water. Just look at the big piles of them. Just piles of mayflies. But they're not actually what the mayfly. These are just what it is. These are the larvae form of the mayfly. The mayfly actually comes out of these little cases and flies away. So we're not looking at the actual mayfly. We're looking at the cases. And up in the trees, what you ought to see, let me see if I can't see some mayflies hanging in these trees. And the mayflies come out. I don't see any mayflies coming out. They must all fallen in the water. Ooh. Got one? I got one.
Hot dog.
I got one. I don't know how big. I do have one to fish. I got a fish. Some sort. I guess it's a bass. Feels pretty good.
There gotta be a catfish or something.
Huh?
There must be a catfish or something.
I don't know. Big fish. Oh, look at that bass. Did you see that thing?
What was that?
It's a 7-pound bass.
What was it?
Huh? That was gigantic. That was the biggest fish of the day.
Wow.
It was like a 7 or 8 pound bass.
I got it on camera.
How'd I get that? How'd I miss it? How'd I miss it? Anyway, folks, I don't know what to say. We're out here we've lost a couple big fish in the in the cypress trees. We had a 6-pounder chase it in. I broke my line, just jumped off a 7 or 8 pounder on a crankbait, and we told you we were going to show you some big fish here on Santee-Cooper. Well,
That was our opportunity.
Major Chad and I, we showed you some fish. We didn't catch them, we showed them to them. So we would have had 25 pounds of bass today.
Easy.
That was a giant fish. That was really, really, really a big fish. But anyway, Santee-Cooper is alive and well. We showed you a few things about how to fish the frog. And Major, I want to thank you again. And thank you for your service to this country.
Thank you.
And so, folks, we'll see you again next week. Thank you.